Hey, buddy.
What up?
What up? You getting ready to work on this fine thing?
I guess so.
Yeah, so
Yep.
we got this sweet Nissan 300ZX, Fairlady Z, wide body, and we're gonna do a manual swap. And by we, I mean Daniel.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. So we also need to do valve cover gaskets, so we're gonna end up just dropping the whole engine. Because I don't know if you've ever worked on the Z32 before, but it's generally a little bit easier if everything's out of the way.
There's no room.
Yeah, I mean, you can see there's
Anywhere.
zero room. Like, let's get to the valve covers. Wait a minute, where are the valve covers?
Yeah.
It's just, you can't get to anything. So we're gonna do that. We got a new intake manifold gasket and all that good stuff. Yeah, the bumper has been repaired and is ready to be installed probably tomorrow or the day after. Daniel's got some fresh BCs to go on this thing, and the manual swap, some fresh tires, because these are a little old. Just a little sketchy, but yeah. I mean, definitely good for a burnout. Should we do a burnout before we pull this apart? Oh. So yeah, tires suck. We're going to get this thing apart. We're gonna get this thing up in the air, give it a little look down what all we need to pull out to get this huge thing out, and go from there. Where are we gonna start?
Right there.
Okay, so let's start right here. So to start off with, you obviously need to remove all your charge pipes, get your radiator out of the way, your radiator hoses. This is Hikis. Maybe we should delete the Hikis?
Probably.
That would definitely clutter or declutter stuff.
Yep.
Do we have a battery bracket tied in? It's in the car. Cool, we're gonna have to make one of those. Yeah, so pretty much just get all this crap out of the way to start. Get all your fuel lines off. You can go ahead and get the battery out just to get a little bit more room. Cruise control, that garbage over there. Just fold it all back. Be careful of the paint, obviously. And get your upper wiring harness off. And then that should be it for the top. You'll unplug it all off the engine and then just lay it up on the windshield. Let's take it up and see what it's like under there. Yeah, so as Daniel gets this thing ready to go up on the lift, I'm gonna just give you guys a quick little interior tour because this thing's sick. We have this piece of trim that's missing, so that's gonna get put back on. Totally stock, stoic. 2+2, twin turbo, super cool. T-tops, naturally. Ooh, got a Kenwood OG tape player cassette, yo, look at that. Jeez. You got any good cassettes lately?
I wish.
Yeah,
Couple CDs, no cassettes.
God. Do you like cassettes or CDs better?
I don't use either. I don't even have a car that with a working radio in it.
Oh.
I just like silence. I like to hear the engine.
Where's the engine? Where is it?
I don't even know, man.
There's an oil filter.
There's something.
Oil filter, drain plug.
See, a little wet. I
Little.
think we're doing that.
Yeah, doing a rear main on her. All right, so underneath it here, you need to get your exhaust bolts off. Definitely spray the crap out of those. Maybe even brush them a little bit with some wire brush. So downpipes off, drive shaft out. You might just drop the whole exhaust. I don't know. Yeah, I mean those bolts look a little. Oh, that one's loose. Is it loose? No. Okay. So yeah, you could either drop it or disconnect it right there. And then brake calipers, just unbolt those, loosen the lines, and like zip tie those up out the way. That way we don't have to break those loose. Yeah. You can disconnect the front upper control arm and the struts. Yep. And just let those hang as well and drop everything else down below it. I would say go to the back and grab one of their carts they'd be dropping GTR engines on. That way we can just wheel it out of the way and we can still get this car back outside to pressure wash the engine bay while the engine's out. I believe those are Hikis lines. Delete. Was the suspension tight back here? Like the inners were good?
I feel like it was loose on one side. Maybe not.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't have to do a high-vis delete. We can leave them. If it just ends up being more of a pain than it's worth, we can delete it. But if we do a high-vis delete and such, we're going to end up having to, you know, take off the pump and take the fins out. And
Yeah.
so, okay. Well, Daniel's going to get started on this, and I'm going to go do stuff, and we'll catch back up with you shortly.
Hey,
What you doing?
about to drop this thing.
Look at all of this cluster.
Yeah.
Look how much thinner it looks now. You can actually see the ground on the sides. Yeah, so Daniel's been hard at it for about 2 weeks. No,
At least 7,000 hours in there.
yeah, so we're about to pull this thing out, and by we I mean he. And here's our fancy little RB26 cart, because we're dropping this hoe out the bottom. And yeah, we're about to do it. Do you have the subframe nuts loose yet? Bolts, hardware?
Nope, that's the only thing.
Okay.
Just gotta get these bolts out and hopefully it just
Okay, if you want, you can crank it up in the air and just hit it with the impact.
crack them loose.
Crack them all loose and then lower it back down and then wind them out the rest of the way.
Alright.
What you think, Sages?
Yeah, look good to me.
Let's
Get her done.
get her done. All right, and just like that, she's out. Daniel's washing his hands. My hands aren't that dirty. But yeah, look at this cluster, dude. Like, this is crazy. Look, CJ's hands are dirty too.
My hands dirty.
You're supposed to be a polishing man.
I got my hands dirty.
So we'll get rid of this whole hunk of junk right here. Don't need that no more.
Get rid of all that junk.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're just going to go ahead and delete all that EGR.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just want to talk to Josh first and make sure that everything's going to be copacetic with
Can I
deleting
go
it.
ahead and delete the ICUS too?
It would sure make it a whole lot easier. But if we're going to do all that, we got to do that crap.
Yeah.
Which I guess we could. I'm not opposed to it. That'll definitely make it a lot easier to just function. And then look, you can see over here, this is what I was talking about. You're trying to do this intake manifold in car. This EGR tube comes around and goes
Oh
up.
man.
Imagine trying to get to those 210mm when you're
Yeah, that wouldn't happen.
upside down in the engine bay, trying to, with all of this piping still in the way, bro. It is.
Possible.
Yo, it's possible.
I've done it.
It's tell them how much fun it's not.
Yeah, it's a blast and a half. So much fun. 10 out of 10. Definitely don't recommend to anybody.
Yeah. Definitely not faster. Definitely not more fun. Definitely plug your AC compressor holes up there too before you go wash and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he's getting ready to pull this thing outside, give it a nice degrease. That way it's not as disgusting when he goes to clean it and clean stuff. And yeah, then we're gonna get to
Tearing her down.
oh, look at this sweet fiberglass, bro.
Yeah,
Look at that.
somehow it still holds fluid.
That is
the wheel rubs
custom.
against it.
Custom. But yeah, then we're gonna clean all this crap up in here because it's gross.
Oh yeah. Fun. Yep. That's
That-
all I have to say.
That's an engine bay. Yeah, so Daniel's gonna cap off, this intercooler piping and lines here and over there and those lines and AC lines.
Give a good scrub down.
Give her a old scrubbing. Hit them with some Zero Max.
Got the engine sitting over there drying off. Already washed that down.
Ooh, yeah, we should go look at that. Also, I wanted to say, just make sure you don't scrub too hard on the paint. Like, just be easy about what you're scrubbing with, because there's no clear coat in the base from the factory, so you can just go right through it. Oh my goodness, it's so much cleaner.
It wasn't really that dirty to begin with, honestly.
Well, I guess it's less dusty now.
Yeah, it was just dust. I mean, there's still some dust. Yeah, it's pretty.
Well, I would rather work on this now than it was before.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So once this finishes drying, put this back inside and do the valve cover gaskets and
Manuel.
yeah, pull off this big hunk of junk and battle with the pilot bushing, the automatic pilot bushing to put the manual one in.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Got a dang hover car over there. Look at that hover car. Look at that. A hover car if I ever seen it. All right. Well, you gonna get to cleaning?
Yes, sir.
All right.